What's up guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you're all having a great day. So we're finally installing the headlights on the truck along with the BPS HIDs, and this is also a canbus terminator kit and everything's plug and play. So let's get the video started. So remember what it looked like now, because this is going to change drastically. We're going from chrome bezels to the black bezels, along with switchback LEDs for the turn signals. It's going to be the HID projectors from BPS on the low beams, and the no sight LEDs on the high beam. First thing we're going to have to do is get the HIDs inside this dust cover and run into the hole and secure it inside. So we're going to have to drill the hole. Now what I recommend is using a step bit. So what it is it drills holes at a bunch of different types of sizes, and this kit recommends 7/8 or 1 inch. I recommend 7/8 just because you'll get a tighter seal. So we're going to go ahead and drill that hole in the dust cover now. Now you see how nicely that drilled the hole. We have a perfect 7/8 hole. Now we can go ahead and insert our grommet inside there. Now it's a bit of a fight to get this grommet in because of the 7/8 hole opposed to the 1 inch. But once you get the grommet in, as you can see, you're going to have a lot better of a seal, and it's just going to be done. It's just going to be a lot better that way with the seal. So now I can go ahead and put the bulb in the housing and secure this dust cover back on, along with connect these cables, because we're done after this part. Now I have an H1 kit, so I have a separate positive and negative, but the separate positive and negative from the HID just goes directly into your factory wiring right here. And then I can secure the dust cover back on and pull the slack back through, so we have enough room in the back to mount the ballast and all that stuff. As you can see, we've pulled everything through the dust cover here, installed the dust cover back on, and then I pulled the slack through. So now we have everything here accessible to plug into the ballast once the lights are actually in the truck. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and then we'll start with disassembling the truck and taking the grill off and all that fun stuff. You guys may be wondering what these are here for. Those are simply for my LED switchbacks, so they don't hyper flash and stuff like that. They are resistors that I wired up real quick when I had gotten them. But we'll explain all that once we get to that. Now I'm at the truck part. I need to remove this cowl on top, and it's just these little popper bits. You pop these up and pop them out, and this will come off. So let's do that now. There we go, it's off. So I really don't like GM's design on this because, well, the top part's fine. You've got 4 10mm bolts right here. The other 4 are underneath behind the bumper, so that's what I meant by the last video, where you have to get underneath and get those 4 bolts, and they're actually in a really awkward position. So I'm not going to be able to show you those, but there's lots of videos on YouTube if you want to see how to take this grill off, because today we're doing the headlights. So I'm going to take this off, and then I should be able to have exposed all the bolts that I need to take off. All 8 10mm bolts are off, and also this cowl has to come off too. So there's 2 7mm bolts on that side and on the other side. Once that's all done, this pops all off. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, grill is off. Now this exposes all our bolts and the lovely light bar setup, but we're going to be changing that. However, that's in another video. So there's a bolt here, and there's a bolt right there. So 4 bolts total. Take that off. The housing will become loose, and I'll be able to take that off. Typical GM fashion. Hey, let's allow them to use a ratchet for these. And you know what? That was too easy. Let's just put a bracket in front of there, so they need to use a wrench. So you're going to need a 10mm wrench to take that one off. Everything's now loose. I can pull it away and disconnect the connector from the housing. Don't worry about these, they're not going anywhere. While I have these in, my next project is going to be a full build on these headlights. I'm going to take them all apart and redo them completely. So look forward to videos for that as well. So next to each other, this one obviously looks nicer. This one's dirty, but even if it was clean, much better looking headlight with the projectors and just the way it's designed. It's got a more circular shape rather than the square shape. So now we're ready to put that back in the truck. Same way we took this out, just reverse. So I'm going to do that now. Actually, I'm probably going to tell the HID ballast right now, That way I don't have to do it later. So now we're on to mounting the ballast, and like I said in the unboxing of this, I really love the way BPE designed this. As you can see, the ballast is very small, like compared to my hand there, it just fits in the palm of your hand. Very slim as well. And it comes with two different ways of mounting it. You can either mount it with the bracket, well, you're using the bracket, but with the hardware they provide, or you can use it, the two-way tape, and stick it on some kind of a surface. I think myself, I'm going to use the hardware and just mount it into an open hole somewhere here, and then I can put my headlight in and mount everything, or not mount everything, but clip everything into place and where it all goes. And you can't really mess it up because every plug has its own designated area where it fits. It will not fit anywhere else. So we're going to do that now. I wasn't able to find a hole close enough. I didn't want to drill any holes either to put the hardware, so I ended up using the two-way tape. Just behind the headlight bezel here, I put the mount right there. So you got to clean it off real nice, the spot where you're going to put the two-way tape on. And you guys can probably see that I mounted it right here, so that this just clips in there. So I'm going to clip it in now and show you what it looks like. So you can see I've got it all mounted here. The box is mounted there against the frame. I'll zip tie these connectors somewhere secure once I have everything plugged in. So now I can go ahead and install the light in here and connect everything up. So just real quick, before I go and secure everything, make sure that my plug, my both plugs are into the igniter the right way where they're supposed to be. You can't really mess it up, like I said. They each have their own designated spot where they plug in. And then your other plug right here as well. Can't really mess that up because they went ahead and put a positive and negative symbol, and there's even a clip here so that you know that your plug's in the right way. So like I said, everything has its own designated spot. Before I go and mount everything, I'm going to try the HIDs to make sure they fire. That way if I do have any issues, I can fix it while I'm at this step, and instead of moving on and not knowing if they work or not. Okay, I'm going to start the truck, turn them on, and this is my first time seeing them too, so hopefully they work. Alright, they work as explained in the kit, and you can see those LED switchbacks that are working their magic. So right now we have that white on right now, so you can see the difference just by looking at the truck. Those are definitely a lot brighter, and they're a little more yellow. So the running lights will be a little bit more yellow, and then when I signal, I'll signal in a little bit from now, they go a darker orange, and then they go back to yellow. So as you can see, I'm liking the look of the projector a lot better than the reflector headlight. Now see, as you can see, these are 6K, so they are pretty close to the white light, like the 6K LEDs all over the truck. So I'm actually really happy that worked out the way that I wanted it to. I'm gonna have to aim them a little bit, but that's no big deal. There's a set screw up there to aim the headlights. So I'm going to try the high beams real quick, the signal lights, and then we'll move on to the other one. So as you can see, got the darker yellow. The only reason they're hyper flashing like that is because the resistors probably have to be wired in a little better than that, because right now my dash is telling me that my lights are out in the front, even though you can see that they're not, they're working. So the resistors just have to be wired in a little better than that. So I'll go ahead and fix that, and then we'll move on to the other lights. So super impressed. BPS lighting, HID canvas terminator kit. If you guys want it, I'll link that down in the description, and you guys can pick yourself up a set. So there you go, everything is back together. I'm extremely impressed with how this looks, especially with the HIDs. They're extremely bright. We've got that 6K look, so they match the high beams perfectly. Let me know what you guys think. They color match the truck. The truck is really dirty and those are really clean, so that's why they kind of look a little off. But yeah, that's them on the truck there now. So I hope you guys like it. Like I said, those HIDs are extremely bright. I'm extremely impressed with this kit. BPS could not have done a better job with them. I don't think there's a better kit out there, honestly. Everything is just plug and play. There's no flickering, as you can see. Like on these Chevy models, they usually flicker when you have the plug and play kits because of the up and down frequencies, or the up and down power that's getting sent to the light. This kind of smooths it out and makes it so there's no flickering whatsoever. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by today's video. I hope you did like that install. That was one of my favorite ones of the season so far. There's a lot more to come. Like I said, I'll link the BPS lighting, the HID system down in the description if you guys want to pick up your set. Extremely easy to install. Sorry, my hair's probably all over the place, but yeah, extremely easy to install. So if you guys did like the video, comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.